On a September morning, Canada stunned North America with a bold announcement, a massive infrastructure project that would cross into U.S. territory without prior consultation. The Canadian Prime Minister's live broadcast left political circles in Washington scrambling for answers. Was this a gesture of partnership or a strategic power play? The project promised jobs and growth, but also raised questions about sovereignty and environmental impact. For citizens, it was the talk of the day. What did this mean for the U.S.-Canada relationship? The timing, amid a fractured U.S. political climate, only heightened the drama. The White House's initial silence spoke volumes. Canada had just made its boldest move in decades, and the world was watching. The plan? It's bold, ambitious, and unlike anything North America has seen in decades. The Northern Gateway Corridor, a visionary project combining high-speed rail and a state-of-the-art energy pipeline, stretching all the way from Vancouver on Canada's Pacific coast to Chicago, the heart of America's Midwest. This corridor will carve a new path through the American Northwest and Midwest, linking major cities, rural communities, and vital industries along the way. What's truly remarkable? Canada has stepped up to pledge funding for the initial feasibility studies, even on U.S. soil. This commitment is backed by a powerful consortium of Canadian investors and business leaders, signaling a new era of cross-border collaboration. The project isn't just about trains and pipelines, it also includes the installation of advanced fiber optic cables and a clean energy pipeline designed to transport renewable resources, all with the goal of modernizing North American trade and infrastructure for the 21st century. To manage this massive undertaking, a new international authority, led at first by Canada, would oversee construction, land acquisition, and regulatory hurdles. This move has raised eyebrows and sparked debate in Washington, D.C., as it challenges traditional roles. For Canada, the corridor means a direct, efficient route to lucrative U.S. markets, boosting exports and economic growth. For the U.S., it promises thousands of new jobs, fresh investment in local communities, and a reliable supply of clean energy for decades to come. Canadian officials argue this project will not only strengthen North America's global competitiveness, but also foster deeper economic ties and innovation across the continent. But the real shock? Canada arrived at the table with a detailed blueprint, secured funding, and a roster of committed partners, leaving the U.S. in the unfamiliar position of reacting rather than leading. The message from Canada is clear: we're ready to build, to innovate, and to move forward. The question now, will America join in or stand in the way of progress? The traditional dynamic between these two nations has been flipped on its head. Canada is now firmly in the driver's seat, steering the future of North American infrastructure. The world is watching. Now America must decide its next move, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This announcement didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of years of tension. The Trump era strained the partnership, with trade wars and tariffs leaving scars. Canada, once reactive, began seeking independence from U.S. policy swings. Even after Trump, U.S. politics remain polarized, and Buy American policies still worry Canadian industries. Canadians now believe they can't take U.S. partnership for granted. The Northern Gateway is a direct response, Canada setting the agenda, not waiting for Washington. It's a bold, risky move, born from frustration and a desire for control. No longer content as a junior partner, Canada is asserting itself. The relationship has entered uncharted territory. Reaction to the Northern Gateway Corridor is split. In Canada, it's a source of pride. Businesses and labor see jobs and growth, a nation-building project for a new era. In U.S. states along the route, some see economic revival and new opportunities. But environmental groups warn of risks to ecosystems and water sources, and landowners fear eminent domain. The idea of a foreign-led authority seizing American land is deeply unsettling for many. In Washington, some see economic logic, but others worry about sovereignty and control. The plan has sparked new divisions on Capitol Hill. Is this a win-win or a threat to American interests? The debate is just beginning. The most dramatic response came from Mar-a-Lago, the iconic Florida estate that has become synonymous with Donald Trump's post-presidency. As the sun set over the palm trees, the atmosphere inside was anything but calm. Former President Trump, caught off guard and clearly blindsided, wasted no time blasting the plan online. He posted furiously, "They would have called me. America would have been in charge, not Canada." His words echoed across social media, quickly igniting a firestorm among his followers. For Trump, the slight was deeply personal. Canada had bypassed his signature deal-making approach, presenting a fully developed plan instead of seeking his input or negotiation. To him, it was a direct affront to his legacy as a master negotiator. The project stands in stark contrast to his America First ideology. Trump frames it as Canada taking advantage of U.S. land and resources for its own benefit, without proper consultation or respect for American interest. He warns supporters that it's a Trojan horse, a hidden threat that could undermine American sovereignty and security if left unchecked. His base is fired up, seeing the plan as undeniable proof of American weakness and a lack of leadership. The outrage is palpable at rallies and online forums. For them, this isn't just about economics or policy, it's about national pride, control, and the feeling that America is being sidelined on the world stage. Trump seizes the moment, positioning himself as the only leader tough enough to stand up to Canada and defend American interests, promising to fight back harder than anyone else. The Canadian plan has handed him a potent new rallying cry, energizing his supporters and giving his campaign fresh momentum. With passions running high, the political battle lines are now clearly drawn, setting the stage for a fierce and highly publicized showdown. The debate rages on both sides of the border, echoing through communities, boardrooms, and government halls. This isn't just a policy dispute, it's a clash of visions for the future, with passionate voices on every side. In Canada, supporters hail the project as a modern St. Lawrence Seaway, a bold step toward economic self-determination and a chance to shape their own destiny. They see new trade routes, jobs, and a revitalized national spirit, believing this could be a turning point for Canadian industry and innovation. But critics warn it's too ambitious, too risky, and could centralize power in Ottawa at the expense of outlying provinces. They fear smaller regions will be left behind, their voices drowned out by big city interests and federal mandates. Some Canadians also worry about over-reliance on the US, especially if relations sour or political winds shift, leaving Canada vulnerable to foreign pressures. In the US, many in the Midwest and Northwest see a lifeline, new jobs, fresh investment, and a chance to revitalize struggling towns. Local leaders urge Washington to seize the opportunity before it slips away. But opposition is fierce. Nationalists, environmentalists, and property rights advocates unite, fearing foreign control, environmental damage, and loss of local autonomy. Their protests grow louder, demanding their concerns be heard. "No foreign government is going to tell me what to do with my land," says a Montana rancher, echoing the deep-rooted independence of rural America. Critics in Washington warn of a dangerous precedent for U.S. sovereignty, arguing that once given away, control is hard to reclaim. They question whether the benefits outweigh the risks. The debate is about more than a railroad. It's about national identity, control, and the right to shape one's own future. Both countries grapple with what they stand to gain and what they might lose. The stakes couldn't be higher. Every decision made here will echo for generations, shaping the destiny of two nations. The Northern Gateway Corridor has brought U.S.-Canada relations to a crossroads. Will this spark a new era of cooperation or deepen the divide? Success could mean integrated infrastructure and shared prosperity, but powerful opposition could derail the project and damage the partnership. A U.S. rejection might push Canada to look elsewhere, making the border a line of division. This is more than an infrastructure plan. It's a test of what kind of neighbors these countries want to be. The world is watching to see if North America can rise above politics and build something historic together. The next move will define the future.